Hello, my Archeage friends. This is Arid. In-game on Dennisterius, I play a character named September, this bald guy. In this video, what I'm going to do is take a look at the work I've done in spreadsheets over the past 3-ish years, and then give you a link to download them all. Now, in these videos, I don't generally ever talk about myself, my personal life, or anything like that, because these videos aren't about me. It's about Archeage. And the reason that I make these videos is because I feel like in a small way I can contribute to help you make better decisions for the time that you do have to play the game. I can hopefully help you make better decisions on what to do and what not to do. Sometimes I get that right, sometimes I get it wrong, but at least I try. That said, I started playing Archeage the day it was released in the United States. And at the time, I had absolutely zero knowledge of what the game was like other than it was an MMO. I didn't play alpha, I didn't play beta. I actually had never heard of Archeage until the day that I decided to actually play it. Wow. Now, the one thing that I can tell you about myself is that I am not a very charismatic type person. My sense of humor is a little bit dry, and I'm certainly not going to give Leonardo DiCaprio a run for his money in the handsome department. However, the one thing that I do know is databases and spreadsheets. I've been using them since the late 90s for some of the businesses that I was run or working for. All this means to you is that before I would even consider the idea of snuggling up to this microphone and making a video, the one thing that I had on my side was facts. And well, it kind of worked. My channel has slowly grown over these last 3-ish years. I've been making these videos and doing, at one time, I was doing a lot of live streams every week. And in this time, I have made a lot of spreadsheets. I've talked about everything from ice fishing, sunken treasures, mining, armor and weaponsmithing, advanced fishing, treasure map hunting, and even trade packs, and I've made spreadsheets about all of this stuff. And I used to play a fair bit on the primary test server, the PTS, although that's not the acronym. PTS stands for Public Test Server. Anyway, I used to play a lot on that test server, and what I did was I would open a bunch of the RNG boxes, and in turn, hopefully before the marketplace update went to the live servers, I was able to show people what to expect, because you were getting ready to spend a lot of money on these RNG boxes, and I felt like at the time Tryon did an absolutely horrible job telling people what was in them and what the drop rates of those items were. So there's a lot of spreadsheets about that kind of stuff. All in all, this has led to about 80 different spreadsheets here on my hard drive. Some of them I have multiple versions of. Some are really outdated due to pricing changes or the game of Archeage actually changing itself. There are some that are actually going to become very relevant soon if they haven't already. And what I'm talking about here is advanced fishing and max level mining. As those two things to this date, really the drops haven't changed in terms of what drops from doing those activities, only the value of those items like on the Unchained servers, so they can be very, very important. And just a hint here is the advanced fishing is the max level fishing done in the Sunspec Sea. That is going to be the only place that I know of that you can get the heroic treasure maps. And the heroic treasure maps are what drops the Ionad armor, weapon, and accessory crafting scrolls, which, because the library is no more, it is the only place to get that stuff. And the other thing is the advanced level mining. Those that have never opened up one of those unidentified pouches, let me just say that's where all the gold and Archeum ore come from, as well as that precious, precious diamond supply. I will say this about me, is I do enjoy teaching others and watching them learn, because I feel like that is the challenge of life in general. It's like we're all here just trying to figure it out. And just like Archeage, it's a lot easier if you're willing to learn and you have a teacher. I'm also the kind of person that believes in sharing knowledge versus hoarding knowledge, which actually doesn't really jive too well with the competitive side of Archeage. So in that, the lesson is balance. Because in the past live streams and even YouTube videos, I have said things that have completely ruined a market, an activity, or an investment for everybody. So I've learned to be careful as to what I say. While I do want everybody to have the same understanding, the same set of knowledge, I also do understand the consequences of what happens when everybody does, when there's a game that is not made to be played like that. Now, I said all that to say this. There is some really, really good information in these spreadsheets. And like I said, there will be a link below the video description. Just click that click more, show more, whatever it is, and you'll get the link to download all these spreadsheets. Those of you who are willing to spend the time to review these spreadsheets, especially for activities in which you are interested in, you may find that simply updating the current value with today's market prices, you may actually find a hidden gem in there, or you may have a new goal for something to work towards. These spreadsheets do represent over 3 years, maybe 4 years of Archeage learning and knowledge that I have personally used to want for nothing. And what I mean by that is, while I don't have everything that anybody could possibly want in Archeage, I have learned to manage both my expectations as well as get anything that I need to enjoy Archeage. I've been able to do so, and you can too. Well, I think I'm done talking for now. I would like to thank my newest Patreons, Foxy, Toxy, and Troy, for coming in at the top tier patron status. That's jumping in feet first. Thank you very much for that. As well as Cornelius for always being there, even in the dark days of no YouTube videos. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank everybody for watching this video, taking the time to like, share, subscribe, as well as comment. All that stuff means a lot to YouTube, and that just tells YouTube, hey, promote this video. Anyway, thank you very much for taking the time to do all that, and understand that the thing that I do care about is that you found this video both helpful and or informative. Until next time, this is September saying, be well.